This is Sub-Zero by Immunator and Ergosonic from OC Remix. That was Sub-Zero by Immunator and ARKGNEISIS from OC Remix. Oh boy. Here we go, streaming again. Let's hope that that everything goes smooth. I know I've played Sub-Zero quite a bit now, but it actually needs to make it into a video that actually doesn't get deleted, so I played it one more time. Next time we'll have a new song. Oh boy. The setup for this, I completely forgot just how much I was going to have to do, so sorry I'm late. About an hour late. But we had quite a bit to install. So you can see here we have many mods loaded. Alright, so let's go over them real quick. So here's the tour. We have, for factions, the ARMA ARMATURA mod. Technically they're not really a faction, but technically they are, technically they're not. I don't know. They don't show up as a faction, but it is a faction mod. It's a weird middle ground, because technically the system it adds is an independent colony, but it does add all the mechs that we will be using. I also have DIABLE AVIONICS. They have some mechs of their own, but we will probably be utilizing them as well, because I do plan to get a Astral as our carrier for support, and I'm probably going to put the DIABLE mechs into it instead of using the ARMA mechs, so that we have a bit of variety on the battlefield. We also have the enemy, the HIVER swarm, the bugs. I don't know if you've heard, but the only good bug is a dead bug. And I really hope this works out, but I'm a little I haven't fought them in a while, and I'm a little scared of how ARMA is actually going to stack up against them, because they're a little cracked. Like, their stuff is pretty strong, so we'll just have to see. I also have Legacy of I meant to look this up. ARKGNEISIS, which is a fantastic faction. I quite love them. ROIDER's Union, SCALARTECH, VIC, and the XHAN Empire. Why these factions specifically? Well, DIABLE for the extra mechs. Like, this is mechs versus bugs. I brought DIABLE in for extra mechs. And I'm added in faction mods because the HIVER mod was really designed around you having some additional factions. Not a ton. This is actually probably close to what is expected. Because we have there's 3 different versions of the HIVER's mod. There's a toned down vanilla one if you're not using any factions or only a handful, like 2 or 3. Then there's the regular one, which is the one we're using. And then there's a even more cracked out hard mode one, which I'm not touching with a 10-foot pole, no thank you. Why did I bring Legacy in? Well, a lot of these factions, the reason I like them is because of their footprint on the map. DIABLE only has 3 stars, and the way they're positioned, they're kind of like, they don't cut out too much of the normal planet generation. And Legacy, they don't have a system. They do, they don't. I'll just leave that as a surprise for people who don't know. Similar with the ROIDERs. The ROIDERs do add a few systems. However, they're well placed. They settle in around ARMA as well, which is nice. And the ROIDER Union also adds neutral, like, mining bases out in the wild, kind of like the pirates and the Luddites. They add these neutral mining bases. Legacy also adds bases for their faction as well. They're kind of like a pirate, another pirate faction. But I'm hoping they'll help somewhat against the Hivers. I guess we'll have to see. We also have Scholar because I love their pretty ships, and they only have one system. I think you're noticing a pattern here. Very small footprint. VIC is the one that has the biggest footprint. However, I really like the way they're deployed, and it adds a few extra systems. Like you get an extra Tritachyon colony, a couple extra Pirate and Luddite colonies. So, in my opinion, they fit in very well into the overall map. I kind of really like their faction. I really like their ships. I really like their weapons. I think they're fantastic. They're a little flavorful, but no more so than Scholar or Diable. Then we have the Xan Empire. I wasn't going to add the Xan Empire because I'm not a huge fan, but the Hiver Swarm, the person who made it, the author, suggested adding Xan as a buffer between the core worlds and the Hivers. So hopefully they will delay the Hivers long enough for us to get set up, because I'm gonna need some time to get my fleet together, get my officers together and all that before we go and fight. After all, the mechs we're gonna be piloting, some of them are larger and act more like frigates and destroyers, but most of the mechs we're going to be using are basically strike craft. They're fighter sized. So I'm a little concerned with how that's going to stack up with some of the Hiver stuff. I'm going to probably not include too many of the larger mechs, just so that I can focus on the smaller ones. But there's also not a, like, I mean, we'll have to see if any have been added, but some of the mechs are not super great. So we'll have to play around with that and see how it works out. Libraries. We have GRAPHICSLIB. It's required for a couple of the mods I think we're using. Specifically, ARKGNEISIS needs it as well. But also, it's just going to make the game look a little prettier. And so I like that. We also have LAZYLIB, LUNALIB, MAGICLIB, and RETROLIB. RETROLIB is for the ROIDERs. MAGICLIB, I forget which ones need it, but there's more than one. And Luna and Lazy are needed for a bunch of other ones as well. These are just support libraries. But the GRAPHICSLIB is the one that has the biggest impact, where it actually does make everything look nice and pretty. Miscellaneous mods. We're going to level 20. I've added some HULLMOD mods, aptly simple HULLMODs. The ARMA anime is the portrait pack. We have Audio Plus for some nice new crisp music. I have mixed feelings on Audio Plus because the music that it adds is like mixed slightly like to a different volume than the regular music. So it can throw things off when it comes to audio balancing. At least when I last used it, that was the case. We'll see if that's still a problem. But it adds some really nice tracks. Carter's Junk HULLMODs from the Carter's Free Trader and mod packs. I quite like these. And again, I want extra mods because we're going to be going crazy with building these mechs. Like, I'm going to try and over-tune them as much as possible. Which is also why we have EXOTICA technologies. We also have the DIABLE AVIONICS portrait pack. Experimental hull modifications. For those of you who don't know exotic technologies, it's like, they're like hull mods, but you stack them. So like you have to like upgrade your ship to be able to include more of them. It's essentially just an extra element of customizing your ships. When last I used it, it had been a little bit more balanced, but I haven't used it in over a year, so I'm wondering if anything has been changed. We'll just have to wait and see. We also have experimental hull modifications, like I mentioned before. This is the one I'm the most concerned with actually crashing the game, because experimental hull modifications is very, very buggy. Because of that, we're gonna be playing in iron mode so that I can save copies along the way and make sure that hopefully we don't crash and burn and lose all of our progress and have to start over. We'll see. I've also put in forage production. I quite like forage production, and I'm not going to be colonizing. And when you're not colonizing, forage production can be very, very cool. The only thing is that we have to acquire colony items to make use of it, and I'm not sure. We also need to take out a what do you call them? A derelict mothership. So we're gonna have to go hunting a little bit for that. It's another reason why it's really handy for us to have Zon, because we're gonna have some things we need to do before we're ready. Because I'm not gonna be making a colony. I'm gonna be mostly just flying around fighting off HIVER invasions until we get to the point where we're able to go in and actively fight them and start taking their colonies. At which point I'm probably just going to liberate them to be independent, or I might hand them over to a faction. I'm not sure. I'm kind of leaving up a lot in the air to like get immersed and do more of a roleplay playthrough. We also have the immersion friendly portrait pack. It's one of my favorites. I like the portraits. Very simple there. Larger zoom out, which allows us to zoom out further in the campaign as well as the battle map. More HULLMODS, does what it says in the tin. Nexerelin, this is actually required for the HIVERs, but I was going to use it anyway because, yeah, that's the whole point. If you have HIVERs, you need them to invade people. We're also going to be utilizing Nexerelin for a unique start related to ARMA. We're going to be doing the sleeper start. We also got officer extension still, progressive S mods. Scan those gates. I'm going to use this to scan the gates. It makes it, because we're also going to be starting with the story completed, so we will be able to utilize the gates. It only scans gates in known markets, so we're not going to be able to get gates. Actually, I don't know how it works with the HIVERs. If the HIVERs have gates in their systems, we may end up with their gates in our network, and if that's the case, we just won't use them until we can manually go to them. But otherwise, scan those gates is just very convenient. We can also use it to find the sleepers. The sleeper, what do you call those things? The big sleeper vessels. Which will allow us to find the derelicts easier. Because I don't want to spend too much time flying around looking for the derelicts. I just want to get them. Alright, I just want to get access to the forge production. We also have the simple player faction flags, because it has some of my favorite faction flags in there. SPEEDUP, we were using SPEEDUP already. Love SPEEDUP. SPEEDUP should be in vanilla. Stellar networks. The HIVER mod also recommends stellar networks, because one of the things about the HIVERs is because they're actual markets, they kind of flood the normal market tabs with their systems, because they're always in need of stuff, and it really throws off looking at the market for trade. I don't foresee us doing a ton of trade, but we will need to do some in order to get some money, and this will just hopefully make that easier. We also have TAHLAN SHIPWORKS. It's down here and not up top because I have disabled the Legos. I don't need 2 raid bosses, no thank you. So we just have TAHLAN SHIPWORKS for their weapons and some of the ships that they add. I don't plan on using any of the ships, but I might be using some of the weapons. It also adds a neutral independent house that we can go to. There is a derelict capital ship there, but we will not be using it. I don't want to say for sure because we may need extra firepower, but I'm probably only going to be using the one capital ship, the Astral. We'll see how it works out. We may end up needing to go pick up Grandma to get her to come help us crush some bugs. I also installed terraforming and station construction. This I installed specifically. Oh, you know what? I actually don't need this, because I installed it thinking about the outposts, but that's actually a Nexerelin thing. But if we do end up colonizing, I will almost certainly want to make a station instead of making a instead of colonizing a colony. So we'll have terraforming and station construction for that. I won't be doing any terraforming more than likely, but we may end up with a station. We'll just have to wait and see and how everything goes. I've put in Unknown Skies. I think it's pretty fun. It adds some nice flavor out into the expanse. I don't think we're going to reutilize anything from it. I mostly added it for the pretty pictures. Then we also have Unusually Gullible HULLMODS. This is probably my favorite one. It's also going to be the reason why we're going to have to do a little bit of exploring. We're going to be diving in on some black holes and some neutron stars in order to find research stations to get access to these HULLMODS. They're very powerful, very useful, and very fun. I highly recommend checking out this one specifically. And then we have Witch Mod, which hopefully works. This is the one that I feel like, aside from experimental HULLMODS, may crash the game because it just hasn't been updated. But I just changed the version history and we'll see what happens. Alright, so that's the full list. It's in the description. And if you have any questions about any of those mods, feel free to go and pester me on Discord, and I will be happy to talk to you about them. I love talking about this game and the mods and why I use the various mods. But we've been talking for quite some time, so I need to... Sorry, I just got a message. Alright. I think we're set and ready to go. Alright, fingers crossed everyone. Let's see if this crashes. Everything is enabled that I need. Oh, forgot TAHLAN SHIPWORKS. Boom. Alright. Here we go, streaming again. Oh, almost gotta drop that. Drop that. And fire. Thanks to all the mods. I'm expecting the load screen to be a little bit longer than normal. Alright. Where did I leave my phone? Oh, great. Phone not in room. Okay, let me go run and grab that real quick. I'll probably be back by the time it loads. Look at that timing. Oh, classic loading bar. 99% done. Oh, there we go. Okay, now I have to go into mod settings because this takes priority. So, boom. All right. That's the only thing we need to change. That's cool. I've never actually looked into this before. Oh, that might have been the... Interesting. This may have been part of our problem with the last game where we had experimental HULLMODS crashing. I'll have to go back and look and see if that was what this was, because this may actually be able to fix that problem. Anyway, that's all we're gonna do. Oh, hey, look at that. You can add a custom engine. I didn't know the red, green, and blue engines were actual customization. That's super cool. Alright, well, I can look at that all day long. Let's just get into the game. Alright, so we need to start a new game. Oh, who is this lad? Alright, we got some new pictures in here now. Let's just go browsing through the whole thing and see what we got going on. There's our ARMA pictures. I'm probably going to end up taking the lad that I have on the picture. I think these are the DIABLE faction pictures, because they're red. We have the regular hegemony pictures now. Tri-attack. Random goons. There's the portrait, the immersion friendly portraits. See why I like them? They do kind of fit in pretty well. They still don't really match the art style. Now that the art style has been for the pictures has been like touched up, but they still look really good. And then here's the VIC. Oh, I love that lad. And that's the one it gave us, but we're gonna go with the one I have on our thumbnail. But we need a name. Elysium, Uranus Elysium. George Cabraken. Dysnomia. Look at that little green shit back there acting like he's not causing problems. Yaroslav. Nah. Oh, Richter it is. Alright. We identify as captain. Scoop. Alright, faction settings. Default flattened. Don't need any of that changed. Other options. No. Random start. No. Skip story. At the gates, the player unlocks the gates with the power of the Janus device. Alright. This will grant 3 kinetic blasters, a giga cannon, and an executor. Nah, we're good. I will enable the hyperspace topography though. This will convert Sentinel into hegemony economy and stand down task force safeguard. Player receives the planet killer. Nah, we don't need that. Anything else we'll just do. I do kind of want to enable this though, just so that I don't have to worry about it. I'm going to do that. I'm going to have usurpers enabled, but I'm going to immediately just throw away everything. Hopefully it doesn't mess things up with the sleeper start. But this way I won't have to worry about the freaking dumb quest at all. Nah, I'll leave it off, but I'll have to experiment with that in the future. I'm glad that that has like a configure thing like that. That's pretty cool. All right. I think that's all we need. None. Back. We don't need to do anything weird with any of these. Just proceed. Now we need... It's not custom start. Is it custom start? Is it this one? I gotta find the sleeper start. It's the story of the pilot who wanted to become... Is it? It's not that one. It's not mission. I don't know which one the sleeper start is. Is it mission? Well, it's listed as hard, and I know that the sleeper start is hard. I think that is the one that I'm supposed to pick, is the mission one. I think that's the one. All right, let's try it out. Yeah. This is the one. All right. We can customize though. But we want this one. The Valk Hazard. Right. I don't want to do I want to do level 8 and just boost us up? Now we'll do level 3. We'll just do Special Agent. Just be level 3. Yeah. Try and decide what third skill I want to get. Because I'm still going to go for Hull Restoration. And we'll get Target Analysis. Alright, 30 minutes in and we're finally getting started. What is this? And we'll take it. Moonlight, hell yeah. I'd rather fly that. I'm terrible at flying this thing. Machine gun laser. Yeah, we'll leave it on machine gun laser for now. Energy blaster. Oh, can we not change that one? Okay. Laser, shotgun, harpoon, blade, rifle, machine gun, chain gun, rifle, shotgun, machine gun, laser, chain gun, rifle, shotgun. I know it tends to have flux issues. I think I want to go with the chain gun though. Chain gun, machine gun. Why does it? I guess we'll use the armored weapon mounts since it was over. Okay. Right, it has this big boomy, but we're gonna be using this because I cannot fly. I'm very bad at flying this one, but I can fly this for sure. Oh, and it's got advanced optics as well. How does advanced optics work in this? Oh, we get a micro needler as well and the harpoon. Oh, this is exactly what I love. Oh, it works. It works. You get the giant. Oh, it's so good. Love it. Okay. We want the Moonlight's on auto fire, the Needler on auto fire. And then I need the Harpoon on 1, the Breachers on 2. Alright. Vent events. Oh, right, we have all these HULLMODS now. I saw we have hardened shields, or no, we don't have hardened shields. They're just built in. I guess we should reinforce our bulkheads so we don't potentially lose anything. How bad is your systems without hardened subsystems? Not greatest, but we don't want to lose these when they get evaporated, because they tend to get evaporated. We want the Faraday cage. What's our subsystems? It's not terrible. Missile integration. No. We don't want that. Missile storage expansion. Removes cargo space for additional ammo. Salvaged armor. What is our armor rating? 250. So salvaged armor could get us a little bit of extra armor. Reduces beam weapons flux. We don't need to reduce their flux. Increases rate of fire. Yeah, we'll do weapon overclock. Increases speeds by 25% when flux levels are at 0. Maybe. Allows missiles to travel faster and increase their maneuverability by stripping out their outer casing. So weaker missiles that go faster. Brawl missiles, though, is more missile speed but less max range. I kind of want to put both of those on. What circuit breakers do again? Decreases the duration of overloads. No, we're good. Engineering section, though. Flux limiters. We don't have flux issues. We don't want to lower our sensor profile. I mean, this lowers our sensor profile, but also lowers our sensors. We definitely don't want that. Oh, yeah. We want that. Gives us a nice little zap to protect us from, it's like a free PD. And then we have sprint missiles. We'll take those too. Okay. Let's check out the missiles. I don't seem that much faster, but whatever. I remember I gotta hold that. It takes a while. Okay. A harpoon will latch onto enemy ships and pull us in. Very useful. How much? So I think I might just shred this because we don't have the crew for it anyway. How much do we have? Can we carry fuel with these? No, they don't have fuel of their own. Okay, so we actually do need this. Well, we'll just have to hope we get through. All right, sick. Got blueprints. We got combat drone replicator for whatever reason. That's nice. Leave a machine behind. And we need to acquire more crew. This is going to be 0, though. I think we might just have to mothball the extra fighter in order to not lose. It's just going to be for a second. We just have to get out of here. Because the thing is that... we have to, I mean, we're just going to be fine. We'll burn through that. We have to avoid these guys. Let's warm up the hotbar. Oops. Don't really use emergency burn, and I've almost never used it in hyperspace. Okay. Because I did not want to fight them. What are you, like, what are you talking about? Brother man, I don't need any spoilers. Come on. Like, give me a chance to mess up before you go and tell me to do stuff. Alright, we need crew. Actually. Boom. I don't have a ton of money. This is the one without the shield. And fuller auto. What's the one we have right now? We have a Venusian. No, we have an Alest swordsman. S2. And the Valk Hazard. Alright. I really want to buy the Einhander, but it's going to cost all my money. Right, this is the one where you equip a gun. Oh, we don't actually have advanced optics yet, though. No big deal. Oh, you've got a medium hybrid turret as well. Okay. Let's go with the auto cannon then. What else can we put on this? Railgun. Huh. Oh, that's got limited ammo as well. Oh, I forgot about the Power Fist. Power Fist is silly. We'll go with the bazooka though. And do you guys have any? No. I want to get the dual light machine gun, or the heavy machine gun for it. Just give it an arbalist. Oh, alright. That was a silly one. Heck, we got extra space. Might as well. Raises cargo hold with dense materials. Well, increases hull integrity and armor, removes cargo space, which we don't care about, and reduces mobility even further. Alright. Give him auxiliary thrusters. There we go. Should counter some of that. With a big cannon on his head. Love it. It's a little bit slow, but that was the intention. Oh, that's cute. Oh, just completely missed. Oh. Alright. Now we need officers. I've used ARMA for a while, and I don't have, well, I shouldn't say I don't have problems. Sometimes there's problems, but I think the problems I tend to have are more for experimental hull mods. Oh, hold on, sorry. Forgot to switch over to Twitch so I could see alerts claimed. Tell you what, Seasick. Just for you. They put like a dev version, but they haven't officially released it for... Oh yeah, well, we're gonna find out. Because I'm playing the new update. Alright, we have plenty of crew. What's our fuel consumption right now? Fuel consumption's actually pretty well. Oh, you know what? Hold on. We can cheese this. Bam. Cargo pods. Where's the fuel one? External tanks. Militarized subsystems. High resolution sensors. What? It needs 4.